In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on November 10, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. New Orleans Pelicans versus Houston Rockets. In a Lone Star State showdown, 2 Southwest Division teams aim for victory as the New Orleans Pelicans face the Houston Rockets on Friday night. The Pelicans suffered a 122-101 defeat on the road against the Minnesota Timberwolves in their last outing, failing to cover the 9.5-point spread. On the other side, the Rockets cruised to a convincing 128-94 home win over the Lakers, surpassing expectations as a 2-point underdog. In the historical regular season series, the Rockets hold a 42-36 advantage, but the Pelicans have dominated recently, winning 6 of the last 7 meetings. Their most recent encounter on March 19, 2023 saw the Pelicans secure a 117-107 road victory. The New Orleans Pelicans enter this game on a 3-game losing streak and seek a better performance after a 122-101 road loss to the Timberwolves. Brandon Ingram led the team with 24 points and 6 assists, while Jordan Hawkins contributed 14 points, and Jeremiah Robinson Earl added 11 points, 9 rebounds, and 1 assist. The Pelicans shot only 38% from the field and struggled from beyond the arc, connecting on 8 of 28 attempts. Their woes were compounded by a 44-22 quarter deficit, from which they couldn't recover. Shorthanded with C.J. McCollum and Zion Williamson out, the Pelicans face additional challenges. In contrast, the Houston Rockets have emerged as a surprise team, aiming for a 4th consecutive win after a dominant 128-94 victory over the Lakers. Jalen Green led the charge with 28 points on 1 of 5 shooting, supported by Alperen Sengun's 19 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists, and Yeezy Tate's 14 points off the bench. The Rockets shot an impressive 54% from the field and 14 of 33 from beyond the arc, establishing an early double-digit lead over the Lakers and resting their starters by halftime. As the Pelicans remain shorthanded with C.J. McCollum ruled out and Zion Williamson listed as questionable, the Rockets monitor Alperen Sengun's status, marked as questionable. New Orleans, lacking McCollum and uncertain about Williamson's return, faces a challenging situation. In contrast, the Rockets have secured 4 straight wins, including convincing victories by at least 18 points. Houston's momentum, coupled with improving health, particularly with Eason's return, bodes well for the home team. While the Pelicans initially opened as favorites, the shift to slight underdogs reflects the Rockets' recent strong performances. With the Pelicans grappling with injuries and the Rockets enjoying momentum on their home court, the Houston Rockets to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Examining the team's scoring tendencies, the Pelicans have stayed under the total in 4 of 8 games this season, ranking 6th in turnovers per game with 13.6. Houston, in 4 of their first 7 games, has stayed under the total. The Rockets, averaging 13.7 turnovers per game, operate at a slower tempo. Considering the Pelicans' shorthanded lineup and the Rockets' solid defense, the game is anticipated to fall short of the projected total. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Memphis Grizzlies versus Utah Jazz. In an exciting matchup on Friday night, the Utah Jazz are set to clash with the Memphis Grizzlies at the FedEx Forum. The Utah Jazz are on a mission to snap their 4-game losing streak, a challenging task compounded by the fact that they have yet to secure a victory in any of their 5 road games this season. Their recent woes were exemplified in a 134-118 road loss to the Pacers, with Jordan Clarkson leading the team with an impressive 33 points and 5 assists. Lauri Markkanen added 24 points and 9 rebounds, and John Collins contributed 14 points and 9 rebounds on an efficient 6 of 9 shooting, while the Jazz displayed resilience by pouring in 38 points in the 3rd quarter to overcome a slow start. They faltered in the 4th quarter, managing only 20 points. On the other side, the Memphis Grizzlies find themselves in a tough spot, aiming to rebound from a disappointing 1-7 start to the season. In their most recent outing against the Heat, Jaren Jackson Jr. led the team with a notable 28 points on 9 of 18 shooting, shooting. Desmond Bane chipped in with 15 points, and Marcus Smart tallied 11 points accompanied by 7 assists. Despite a valiant effort, the Grizzlies fell short, succumbing to a 108-102 defeat. The team struggled with injuries, shooting just 38% from the field and 11 of 37 from beyond the arc, as the Jazz, missing key player Walker Kessler, prepare to face the injury-plagued Grizzlies, who are without prominent figures like Ja Morant, Steven Adams, Brandon Clark, and Xavier Tillman. The dynamics of this matchup become intriguing. The Jazz, enduring a cold streak and displaying defensive lapses, are surprisingly considered underdogs against a Grizzlies team that has struggled to build momentum. However, despite the Jazz's recent struggles, they present a formidable challenge, particularly against a Grizzlies team plagued by injuries. So the Utah Jazz to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Delving into the statistical landscape, the Utah Jazz average 112 points on 45.3% shooting while allowing 122 points on 49.6% shooting. Key contributors include Lauri Markkanen, boasting an average of 24 points and 8.8 rebounds, and Jordan Clarkson, contributing 15 points and 3.6 rebounds. The Jazz exhibit proficiency from beyond the arc at 36.4% and maintain a solid free throw shooting percentage of 77.7%. However, their defensive vulnerabilities are evident, allowing opponents to shoot 34.8% from deep while securing an impressive 47.9 rebounds per game. In contrast, the Memphis Grizzlies, with an average of 107.5 points on 43.6% shooting, find themselves conceding 114 points on 45.5% shooting. Desmond Bane leads the scoring charts with an average of 25 points and 5 rebounds, followed closely by Jaren Jackson Jr., contributing 22 points and 2.5 assists. The Grizzlies' shooting percentages stand at 32.4% from beyond the arc and 76.1% from the free throw line. Defensively, they face challenges, allowing opponents to shoot 39.7% from deep while securing 43.9 rebounds per game. The Jazz's defensive struggles may be exploited by the Grizzlies, but the overall dynamics suggest a game with limited offensive fireworks. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Minnesota Timberwolves versus San Antonio Spurs. In what promises to be an enthralling Western Conference showdown, the surging Minnesota Timberwolves are set to face off against the San Antonio Spurs on Friday night in the heart of Texas. The Timberwolves, currently riding a 4-game winning streak, have emerged as a serious contender in the competitive Western Conference. On the other side, the Spurs, with a 3-5 record, find themselves in the midst of a challenging 3-game losing streak, navigating through one of the NBA's most closely watched schedules, largely fueled by the presence of the rookie sensation Victor Wembanyama. Minnesota's recent form has been nothing short of spectacular, clinching victories in 5 of their last 6 outings. Their most recent triumph was a dominant 122-101 home win against the New Orleans Pelicans, where Anthony Edwards showcased his scoring prowess with 26 points and 8 assists. Karl Anthony Towns added 23 points to the tally, and Rudy Gobert made his presence felt with a double-double of 17 points and a staggering 21 rebounds, complemented by 2 blocks. The Timberwolves exhibited remarkable efficiency, shooting 54% from the field and connecting on 15 of 37 attempts from beyond the 3-point line, allowing them to establish a commanding lead early in the game and comfortably cruise through the second half. Conversely, the San Antonio Spurs are eager to put an end to their 3-game skid after suffering a convincing 126-105 defeat at the hands of the New York Knicks. In that matchup, Jeremy Sochan led the Spurs with 16 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists, while Victor Wembanyama and Malaki Branham contributed 14 points each. Zach Collins chipped in with 11 points and 3 blocks. However, the Spurs found themselves in a tough spot due to a slow start, being outscored 33-16 in the first quarter, which set the tone for an uphill battle for the remainder of the game. When it comes to player availability, the Timberwolves are still without the services of Jordan McLaughlin. In contrast, the Spurs boast a clean injury report with no players listed. The impending matchup is intriguing, with Minnesota well equipped to handle the challenges posed by the highly touted rookie Wembanyama. The length and defensive prowess of Towns and Gobert provide a formidable barrier against the 7'3" rookie, while the Timberwolves' star players, particularly Edwards and Towns, pose significant threats to the youthful Spurs. From a statistical standpoint, the Timberwolves exhibit dominance with a plus 10.6 point differential this season, while the Spurs find themselves at a disadvantage with a minus 12.5 differential. Minnesota's top-tier defense, currently ranked first in the league, is expected to make scoring a challenging task for the young Spurs team, especially if key player Devin Vassell is absent. Conversely, the Timberwolves offense, featuring all 5 starters and their 6th man averaging double figures, is anticipated to exploit the Spurs' defensive struggles. Despite the Timberwolves having a history of occasionally disappointing bettors, their strong start to the season, particularly on the defensive end, demands attention. In contrast, the Spurs, resembling the trajectory of a young and developing team, face evident defensive challenges. While the Spurs display glimpses of their potential early in the season, recent struggles, coupled with the Timberwolves' offensive prowess, tip the scales in favor of Minnesota. So the Minnesota Timberwolves to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. It's worth noting that the Spurs have allowed over 130 points per game in their last 4 outings. Even if the Timberwolves manage to secure a substantial lead, they are likely to surpass the projected total, given the Spurs' evident defensive vulnerabilities. The trio of Edwards, Towns, and Gobert for Minnesota is expected to capitalize on the Spurs' 29th-ranked defense. Despite Minnesota leading in points allowed per game this season, we're expecting a high-scoring affair in this Western Conference clash. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.